Hi, I'm Veronica Entwistle, and I'm an intuitive and want to give you some of the intuitive hits I've had on politics in this country for a while. All's not lost. We're coming up with sort of a drive toward consciousness, individual consciousness, but we'll talk about that after. I want to tell you some of the insights that I've had since, for example, 2016, when Trump first came in. What came into my mind immediately with some flashing pictures is it's a takeover. I didn't quite know what that meant. But here we are down the road, and what I've been watching is it hasn't gone away. What I've been watching is a great connection between that goes all around the world. I call it the tourniquet, the tourniquet, as I'm told. And it goes from America into Hungary, into China, into a whole bunch of right wing places, Iran, even, all these places around the world, as if it's just a rope connecting everything. And if you know anything about a tourniquet, that's the American way of saying it. If you know anything about that, it's meant to staunch blood flow, all right? And what I'm seeing with the election, and I see this psychically, is that it's meant around the world in association between the people that are involved with it, and they're all leaders of far right experiences, that they're pulling and squeezing against the whole globe to be able to squeeze a lot of the lifeblood or the generous feelings of supporting of one another out of it. It's hard to explain, except I feel it. I feel it in my body when I see it pushing and pulling. I go, oh my gosh, how can I go around and tell people we're being squeezed as a planet? They're trying to take the lifeblood out of us. But I see Trump, for example, being very a part of all that. He's a part of that network. It's really a network, is what we'll call it. And I'm very, very uncomfortable with it. But I recommend to all of us to pay attention to the associations between these countries. And what we do know is you can break some of the controls if you know what's going on. If we don't know what's going on, then it's a big mystery, and who knows what'll happen. So I wish us all the best, because I know one other thing, I know a few other things, is that this is a time of conscious evolution, and consciousness is a big deal. And as I work on people or work inside their body and go through their organs and all that, I see some really interesting cellular things. And one part of it's been a bit confusing to me. And so I asked my guidance, I say, what is that? Is this like a strange cell thing? And they say that that's your evolutionary cell. And that they tell me that it's probably 30% of the population on the planet that is going to be pushing inside to reach higher levels of consciousness, to reach higher levels of wisdom, because it's time for humanity to evolve. And this evolution will happen quite quickly as long as you and I stay in touch with it and let it work and enjoy its process. So those are things I see psychically, and I'd love to get feedback from you. What do you think of all this, and what have you experienced since the election? Really and truly, we want it to be an empowering time. A lot of us are doubting that it's been that way, but maybe some of these things I shared with you will help you feel a bit more empowered. So I'm Veronica Entwistle, and my show is called Paradigm Shifters, and I'd love to hear back from you, paradigmshifters.com. Thank you for listening.